to the phones. We are joined by PSJA Memorial head coach Gus Cavazos stepping into the huddle and being a part of the show. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good morning, man. Doing fine.
Hey, happy Saturday. How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm on my way to my mom and dad's house.
Oh, give them our regards.
I sure will.
Where do the folks live, if you're privy to say?
They live in Harlingen. They actually live right across the street from Harlingen High School, so I'll be passing by their mini stadium here in a couple of minutes.
They're getting a redone stadium this offseason, aren't they?
Boca Stadium has been redone.
It's getting redone, just like your stadium there at PSJA.
Well, to say that ours is getting redone is a bit of an understatement. Ours was completely knocked down, and it's being built around our football field.
Really?
It's going to be pretty nice. It's if you haven't seen it, it's going to be similar to the Westaco home side, except on both sides. And it's going to have a platform that runs across the about halfway through, and elevators will stop at that point for the handicap, and then the elevators will continue up to the press boxes that will be on both sides.
And you know what?
It'll be pretty sharp.
The out-of-shape press guys are certainly going to appreciate the elevators going all the way to the top.
Well, now that they have the elevators, I'm thinking about maybe I may be coaching from the press box this year. I'm not sure.
We can't find Coach Cavazos anywhere. Hey, dude, he's 2 windows down from you. That's where he's at.
I may let you call the player or something once in a while.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I'd love to do that. I think I can handle that responsibility. Tell me about your team. How did they do at 7-on-7?
We did okay. We're having a decent summer. We went out there. I know we were tied with we had the lead on Harlingen, and then they scored late, and then something happened. They had a play stoppage because a kid from the other game got hurt, and somehow or another we ended up with an extra play on our game, and it just so happened that the Cardinals scored on that last play to beat us. So we were right there, and then we see them that they were able to move on. So it's one of those things. There's probably 5 or 6 teams in that tournament that could have easily moved on with a drop ball here and there. But it's a lot of fun. It's just a matter of getting the kids out there and playing. And to be quite honest with you, sometimes you don't want to advance to the state because it's a real pain trying to get the kids to raise the money and get everybody together. But it does bring you closer as a group.
Because this isn't funded by the school. This is just the kids out on their own having some fun.
It's the kids out on their own, and a lot of teams are very fortunate to have parents and to have coaches that are involved. And teams like Get Couch, they have a big fan base. They have coaches out there on the sideline, not coaches from the football team, but volunteers. And in our case, we've never had a coach. We've always just had our kids call their own plays, and we actually do that for a reason. We prefer them to run our offense so that they can get better at it, as opposed to having an outside coach come in and put in all these doing trick plays and hook and ladders and running 5 receivers on one side and stuff that you wouldn't do in a football game. So we've always taken it as for what it is, and it's just a way to get ready to get better.
And you guys have had some great success. Jake and I were discussing the past weekend tournament, and if it correlates to success once your regular season comes around, do you feel that this is something that helps you out? I mean, obviously you're missing your hogs, but at the same time, your guys that get the most playing time, your offense and your quarterback and your receivers, do they benefit from it once the season starts?
I think the biggest thing about it, in my opinion, is just the fact that we get the kids to stay together as a group throughout the entire summer. My first year in Rio Hondo, the first year that we won a district title out there, which was about I think 7-8 years ago now. We went 0-12 in 7-on-7, and then a couple years later, when we won our second district championship, we went 19-1.
Wow.
7-on-7. So it's not really the wins and losses. It's more the fact that the kids are going out there, staying together, working out, practicing together, and stuff like that.
So we know that 7-on-7 is good for your quarterback and your receivers. What are your linemen? What do you encourage them to do over the summer and say, hey, work on this or try this? I've heard some coaches that encourage their linemen to get into wrestling because of the way that they use their hands and the way that, you can grapple. And I've heard other coaches recommend like Pilates so that there's stretch and flexibility.
Well, we gave them a pizza, and we have them fight for it, and then, that's about the way that they learn how to grapple out there.
That little Caesars is a great motivation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great motivation. One of our linemen works there, so he brings some pizza after work, and they all fight for it, and they get in good shape for doing that. But no, in all seriousness, us in particular with our linemen, we've always just had them lift, get healthy after the spring. Linemen go through a big beating, and so we always give them June off. They just lift on their own and go in there, just kind of work as a group. And a lot of them in our school, a lot of our kids have to work in the summers, so we have to work around their schedules a lot, and it's a bit tough, especially when it comes to linemen. It's not easy for a 250-pound, 280-pound kid to get up and go out there and run 105, degree weather. But come the month of July, that's when we get them all back, and we start working with them. Once we do our weightlifting program and whatnot, and they'll be ready. They always have been.
And they always step up to play, huh?
Yeah, they all step up. Linemen, they're a different breed. They don't get all the accolades. They don't come on paper very often. But when it's time to play, they're there.
They're the ones that deliver for you. Looking at your schedule, Coach, which is going to be that one game that you circle out of all those and say, you know what, we can go 1-9, but this is the one that we've got to win?
Well,
you guys have had some great success, and you've defeated or came close to defeating, Harlingen a few years ago. It might have been last season that you gave them a run for their money. You've had some great success. Which is the one that you just really, this one will put my program over the top?
Well, to be honest with you, I've never had games like that. When I was in Rio Hondo, people would ask me about PI all the time, and big, and to be, I've never got caught up in against any particular opponent, and I've always just looked at we got to play the next guy. So right now, the only team I'm worried about will be Juárez Lincoln, because that's going to be our first game.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that I look at one game and want to win it more than the others, I really, very honestly, there really isn't any game that I want to win more than the others. I want to win them all, and we don't get caught up. At least I don't get caught up in crosstown rivalries or, a coach that I may have a difference with and this and that. I mean, I get along with everybody. I just want to beat everybody the same way.
Yeah, I was going to say, coaches get along all the time, don't you?
You know what? I get along with everybody. I mean, I know there's some coaches that they like to put on a little act, a little charade, and try to act tough and try to act mean and this and that. But for the most part, you get us off the field and we're all friends. We get along just fine.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I really enjoy about being down here, especially, is the fact that we have so many different head coaches. But you know what? When you get them all in the same room, everybody's cordial to each other at that one point.
Manny Samba, I think I heard you all say that he'll be coming up next.
Yeah.
When I was in Rio Hondo, we had some great battles. They beat us, we beat them. They beat us, we beat them, and it was a lot of fun. But yet, he was one of the guys that I respected the most, if not the most, in our district, and I still have a lot of respect for him. And we always got along great.
What's the one question that you want us to ask him on your part?
I was going to text him on the 4th of July when I was at the fireworks out there at Louis, but I didn't. So just ask him about that. I don't know if he'll answer, and he's probably going to be pretty upset at me even bringing it up. But I just like fireworks,
You just like the fireworks. They had them last night. Every Friday night, Coach, they got them for you there.
Oh, I know. I got a second home out there, so we watch them often.
Very nice, very nice. Well, listen, enjoy the time with your folks today. Give them our regards, and best of luck. You guys got a pretty tight schedule coming up, and we look forward to covering you throughout the season.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Gus Cavazos PSJA Memorial joining us here in the Huddle on 840 Fox Sports Radio. Was that a dig at me? I don't get caught up on the inner city rivalries like that. Was that because me? The Bears got to win all those games. And
how do you feel that the Bears got picked last place in district?
Good. Disrespect us, because nothing makes it more fun than having the Bears come back and win those games and going na 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 na. We did this. Actually, I'm not worried about the program because the program continues. We got a new head coach and Coach Lucero. I'm not worried about it. I think these guys, you're going to have your seasons. you're going to have your seasons. I'm excited about the success that PSJA Memorial has. PSJA North, I wish them the best of luck. Coach Bruce Bush and his staff are a bunch of great individuals. I wish them nothing but the best, but, these are the teams that, And then we were looking at the McAllen schedules. They've been released officially on the website. My son found them last night. Mm-hmm. So he was like, Dad, we got to play this team here. We got to, So we were looking at the road trip map. And, they got a week 2, I think, is at Brownsville Pace. So, yeah, on a Thursday night, though. So it's not too shabby. Yeah. It's not too bad. So, stuff like that we can look into and just kind of, say, all right, this is going to be some exciting stuff there. What do you got?
How much of us are still
all of a sudden the hat's to the back. We're getting to work now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, actually, I'm one-eared right now. I only have sound in one ear.
Yeah, that makes two of us. That makes 2 of us.
Oh, okay.
I was going to go old school and just do this. You can't hear it on the radio, but you can see it at 956sports.com. Going the old school jock ways, but it's one of those things. These are the guys that you wish them the best of luck right now, and hey, when it comes time to play. Let's get our hands dirty and let's play some football and show the other team who it exactly is that runs the field that day.
Yeah, and 31-5A, it's still the powerhouse that it was with the Edinburghs and the Harlingen and the PSJAs. It's probably even harder right now because there's so many more teams in the district.
You threw something up on 956sports.com on the Facebook page about being the SEC. What was the general response to that?
Well, I think everybody's pretty much thought the same, that was going to be the toughest district. Besides 32-4A, it was, it's going to be a tough district. But as far as 5As go, 31-5A is going to be the preeminent district. I mean, it's loaded from San Benito to Westlaco to the PSJs and then the McAllens. There's not a
week off in sight.
Yeah, there's not that game where you can go, okay, maybe I can put some of my second tier team guys in. You're basically going to have to play every week, and you have to play for your lives. So, I like that district a lot. I'd like it more if, they wouldn't sign the exclusivity agreements. That would be great too. But I think that's going to be a very good. Yeah, I think that's going to be a very good district, though.
All right. Well, we'll find that out as the season gets a little bit closer, and we'll chat with a few of their coaches and peeps. But let me ask you this: if you're a Cowboy fan, would you want to go see the Cowboys play at Jerry World this coming season? Have you got your tickets yet? If not, the folks at the Mattress Galleria, 1001 East Jackson Avenue in McAllen, want to change that. Stop into the store now and register for 2 tickets to both preseason games this year, with our winner being announced on 956sports.com and here on the Huddle. It's free, and while you're in there, make sure you pick up a brand new and comfortable mattress today. You'll get hooked up with a 15% discount. Your back and your wallet are going to thank you by visiting the folks at Mattress Galleria, 1001 East Jackson Avenue in McAllen. Drop in, talk to the guys, make sure you register to win those Cowboys preseason tickets, and of course, let them know that the guys from the Huddle at 956sports.com sent you. We're going to take a time out. We're going to pause for commerce. When we come back, head coach Monty Stambaugh of the Port Isabel Tarpons going to step into the Huddle next here on 840 Fox Sports Radio.